Hey guys, this is Miss Cuban here. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to do mean absolute deviation. What mean absolute deviation is actually in its own word. Mean is talking about the average. So the average for the mean is when you have a sum of data and you are dividing it by the number of data values. That's mean. Absolute reminds me of absolute value. And if you remember right, absolute value was talking about the distance away from zero. So when I put those two together, and I'm looking at deviation, the difference, deviation, I'm doing the difference. What that means is I'm going to find my mean. I'm putting all three definitions together. So that means I'm going to find the mean. Then I'm going to find the distance between the mean and data values. And then third thing, I'm going to find the deviation of it. So which means I'm going to find the mean of the difference. Mean of the difference. And that is mean absolute deviation, or what we can call MAD. So we're going to be mad about data. Let's try some practice. So for example, we're going to find the MAD of this data set. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to draw myself a table. And I'm going to write my data up and down. Then I'm going to write my mean. And then I'm going to write my difference. So my data is 2, 3, 4, 1, 6, 7, 5, 10, 9, and 8. That's my data. So I'm putting that in my table. And now I'm going to find my mean. So I'm going to add all these numbers up. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 plus 7 is 23. 23 plus 5 is 28. 28 plus 10 is 38. 38 plus 9 is 47, and 47 plus 8, 47 plus 8 is 55. And then I'm going to divide it by the number of data. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 numbers. So when I divide that, 10 goes into 55 5 times. I'm going to add a decimal and a 0. 10 goes into 50 5 times. So my mean is 5.5. So I'm going to write my 5.5 for my mean in the entire table. And my next step is to find the difference. So now I'm going to subtract. But if I'm looking for the distance from the 2 to the 5.5, I don't want that distance to be negative. Because if I'm walking, I'm not a negative value. And if I stand still, my distance is 0. So distance cannot be negative. So I'm going to take the larger number, subtract from the smaller. So 5.5 minus 2 is 3.5. That's my difference. 5.5 minus 3 would be 2.5. 5.5 minus 4 is 1.5. 5.5 minus 1, 4.5. But now 6 is larger. So now I'm going to take 6.0 and take away 5.5. I get 0.5. 7 minus 5.5 is 1.5. 5.5 minus 5, just 0.5. 10 minus 5.5, 4.5. 9 minus 5.5 is 3.5. And lastly, 8 minus 5.5 is 2.5. So I found my distance. So now, what I need to do is I need to now take this distance, this difference, and I need to find the sum and divide it by 10 because there's 10 numbers. So now I'm going to add all these numbers up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Carry my 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And I'm going to divide it by 10. So 10 goes into 25 2 times. 10 goes into 50 5 times. So my MAD in this problem is 2.5. My mean absolute deviation is 2.5. My mean was 5.5. Okay? Don't get them confused. They're not the same. The mean is your average of your data. My MAD is the average of my distance. Okay? So I hope this helps y'all. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy. Rewind if it needs you. I suggest you make your own numbers and keep practicing. Have a day, guys.